break open a new chapter. Imagine what's next. Miguel Pupo, George Pittar going head-to-head here in round 3, and it's a big one for George. He remembers everything. Getting things started is Australia's George Pittar. Setting up the first turn as we're back into round 3 action. Nice blitz there, moving quickly. Little wrap back to the pocket. But keeping that speed down the line. Approaches the lip and an aggressive snap.
First pump that they're on, I had that feeling as soon as George stood up, it just felt like he was connected. This board looks incredible under his feet. If you look at all the acceleration that he got out of that first turn, for me, it's the speed he's carrying throughout this whole wave. If you just kind of single out one point, I mean, it was great surf.
Pupo streaking down the line, hustling to make this section. Lines it up well, nice vertical off the top, carved a snap with the tail release, and we are underway.
It was the speed, and then behind him, Miguel. Obviously, this wave just reeling off down the line, and on the backhand, just streaking. He does such a good job to get around this first section. You can see it slows up, so he gets to tee off a couple of times here, square up on the backhand. He really pushed it super hard. Pretty crazy, right? But it really opens up the door for potential new Bells winner, which is cool, as we see
Miguel Pupo representing that Brazilian storm. He was a big part of that whole.
I don't know, it was just some takeaway from that second round of men's as we see George.
George Pittar did open with a 7. Great start, and just blows the tail out on that hack into an aggressive body torque wrap in the pocket. Third turn, snap off the lip line, blowtail reverse to finish. The man from Manly Beach is inspired to do it for the Australians today.
Let's have a look. So takes off. I just love the way that this Channel Island surfboard is looking under his feet. Just so much whip and acceleration through all the maneuvers. For me, speed is just the word that comes to mind when I'm watching George Pittar right now. And at the moment, he hasn't put a foot wrong. And you see this beautiful drone shot here. You can just see the winky reef underneath. And it's actually a really forgiving reef. You walk out over, it's quite soft and slimy, and you can really see it's so clear and beautiful. It's such a beautiful day out there. You can really see all the bits of seaweed like moving in the direction that the wave's flowing. It's pretty cool.
Weigh in on all the past results if he has a special feeling at a spot. Thinking about his Chopes win as we look at George under prio. Just staying loose and warm. When you're feeling this good, just why not keep surfing? Couple of nice, beautiful hooks. This one's going to be a throwaway score, but George is just feeling the moment. That's his corner right there on the rocks.
So this one under priority. Look, and he's just, yeah, it's exactly what he's doing. You can see he was watching out the back, took a little look over his shoulder to make sure, you know, is there another set coming? Am I making the right decision here? Knew there wasn't anything, so he's like, right, let's just keep this momentum going. I like it. It's a cool little strategy. He's really, really applying pressure.
Just love his loose, just radical style. He's definitely the new Rubberman on tour. Richie Lovett's old nickname. The top stage in professional surfing. Miguel Pupo has to get involved. Nice clean sweep to start. Blowing some water off the tail of that JS, and now into his third hack. Wall just continues to have a nice pace for the goof. Drills it off the lip line, tries to go more straight up to finish, and slips on the end turn.
Good choice being the goof. Just tees off multiple times and really places these turns beautifully. But yeah, he'll be kicking himself, and he's going to know that, you know, like you said, this is his 10th Bells showing. You know, Ramsey as well, been a long-time JS rider, so really bolstering up his team this year as we see George having another look.
Brother George looking to better a 7. And starting to load up now. So smooth, covering so much of the open face with that forehand wrap. Then goes to a snap. Well done with variety. Punch out on the lip and gets there in time for the finish. Only found 1 gray hair so far.
It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Here's George's on his last.
I can't but help, when I see that wrap, I mean, obviously the styles are slightly different, but there's like ever so slightly shades of Ethan through that wrap. I think, you know, I also remember a couple of years back they had that heat.
Man is on a heater. Pupo crushes that first section. Needs a big answer here. Chucks the tail out. Risky business.
George was that wild card. And yeah, he's just surfing so good. And then behind him, this way bigger, Miggy teeing off on a set. I love the acceleration, almost poked the nose there, but then this moment here, that's not an easy turn to go for on a section.
In December, George has 3 7-range numbers. His last was the jackpot, 777, and he wants more. Just blowing that tail out on the down carve hook and then punches the fins into reverse.
Just beautiful extension, compression extension, and manages to finish that turn. And then here we go. This is George's last wave, and he's so on. But in saying that, I mean, this is the first fall that we saw. We saw him, he's just pushing it, right? He knows he's got a 7.
You're watching him just grom out right now in these unbelievably beautiful conditions at Winky Pop. Pupo showing off his backhand style and trying to stay involved in this heat, maybe his best so far.
Oh, this wave was epic. He's tapping it as hard as possible. It's a bigger set wave. And then that turn, he was so late. He had no business going up.
The GWM Aussie treble with a quarterfinal here. Big win at Margaret River. Back to this one. Pittar throwing down that beautiful top turn wrap. Punch out the pocket. Nice and easy. Speeding into a tail blow as he's down. Priority is with Miguel Pupo. Needs a 7.10 to take the lead off Pittar. Starts with a high line. Wide open face. Blasting the first turn well. Clean top turn. Throws it off the lip line and shuts it down.
Needs something here. Let's break down what Miggy got done, because this was absolutely beautiful. I mean, any grommies out there studying backhand technique, you know, case and point right here. This is how you do it. Upside down 3 times.
Now George Pittar. Up and out. Looking to hold priority with 6 on the clock. That's the first wave George has ridden without completing a maneuver in this entire matchup. Wanted payback from Margaret River last year when he fell off tour with Miguel getting past him. He's been ripping. He just needs an 8.94 now, close to a 9 to turn this around. It's a smaller looking wave and he throws it down, but incomplete. Adriano de Souza, Bell's champ, world champ, proud of Miguel's performance.
You're just sitting there waiting for your moment. He teed off right at the end. Those couple of 8s were done within 10 minutes. So hats off to Miggy for getting the job done.
Australian surf fans will then focus on the women's draw for a hope that an Aussie will ring the bell this year.